Hello, fellow questionnaires. Today, we're talking about wine. Lately, I have been interested in how they make the different kinds of wine and stuff. And it has been really interesting. I got this book from the library, if I can grab it. It's called The Everything Wine Book. Let's see if the camera picks it up without having it be too shiny. This is the second edition of the book, by the way. Hi, kitty. The people who wrote this book is Barbara Nowak and Beverly Witchman, I believe. I could be saying that wrong. Apparently, Kitty, don't attack the green screen. Stop attacking the green screen. Apparently, the people who wrote it owned a TV show that talked about wine and stuff. I've never heard of them until now when I got the book. The way they make wine is quite interesting, and so many factors go into the wine because true champagne, it's like true Parmesan. True champagne only comes from this one valley or something in France, I believe. And any wine that's not made in that region, any sparkling wine or anything, even though we Americans or even other people and stuff might call it champagne, it's not technically champagne. I think it is possibly because the different minerals and types in the ground and different types of earth and stuff will create different flavors in the wine, and also certain types of grapevines, certain types of minerals and ground and stuff. I found that the way they make the difference between white wines and red wines are how they ferment the wine. Because I have found out that after they crush the grapes and everything, they either leave the skins and the seeds in to ferment, and that's the red wine, or they take it out, and that's the white wine. And that's pretty interesting. And also I've found that not all wines are aged in wooden barrels. I used to think all wines were. But apparently normally the better quality they are, the more likely they are to have aged in a wooden barrel. Because wooden barrels are really expensive and normally have to be replaced every year or something. So people try to make it, people who don't care about the quality quite as much tend to put the wine in these large metal vats and just maybe put some wood chips in or something to help put in the flavor, but it doesn't do it as well as a wooden barrel. Champagne is actually three sorry, I have something in my hand, so it's kind of hard to make gestures and stuff. 3 different types of wine put into it, the true champagne, not sparkling wine. Pinot Noir, I believe, something else, and another Pinot something. I am not an expert in wine. I am not good at pronouncing wines either. I'm looking for the champagne, not ice wine. Actually, the way that they make bubbles is kind of interesting too, because they have to ferment it twice. That's the original method. And then they gradually rotate it to a vertical upside down position, which is called riddling. And then there's cheaper versions of adding bubbles which aren't as good. Actually, a lot of wine glasses, well, not a lot of them, I don't think, but some wine glasses are actually made out of crystal because the bubblies hold to the crystal better, and it's the best way to get the best taste and sight of the wine. And also another thing is, wine is very, what's a good word for it? Picky? It's wine is picky, I guess. Just having dust in the glass will change the flavor of the wine. And if you wash the glass and not manage to get all the soap off, yeah, it'll change the flavor of the wine. And if you dry the glass with a rag that or has something on it, will make the wine taste different. It's very strange. And also, like, you can get the same kind of wine twice and it'll still taste different, even if they created it like the same way. It's really interesting. I haven't had wine yet. I think it would be cool to have just like a little bit once a year with like dinner and stuff, just to try it, see what it tasted like. Actually, you're not supposed to use cooking wine to cook with wine. You're supposed to use drinking wine. The basic rule is don't use to cook anything you wouldn't drink, which I found really interesting because you go into a Walmart or something and you see a lot of cooking wine, but apparently you don't want to use cooking wine because apparently it tastes absolutely awful, which I do know. When I was younger, my parents used to get this sparkling juice. It wasn't alcoholic or anything, but they used to get this sparkling juice, and I loved the sparkling cider. And one day I opened the fridge and I saw a bottle of sparkling cider. And my mom was like, "No, that's cooking wine." And I was like, "Can I try it?" Because I thought it was just going to be like sparkling cider. And she gave me just a tiny, little itty bitty bit. And I took one sip of that and I was like, it tasted awful. It was terrible. My mom doesn't normally get cooking wine for cooking. There's actually like a certain way professionals drink the wine too. They have it in the glass and they swirl it around a little bit. You stick your nose in the glass and you breathe it, and like the swirling is supposed to release some of the smell, so you can really smell it. And like I've begun to do that with other drinks I drink, and especially with like herbal teas. I find it really brings out the smell, and it smells just so good. Like there was this elderberry tea or something. It was really good. Hi, kitty. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, now I remember. Another thing that's interesting in the book that it talks about is like when professionals taste it, they put it on all the areas of their tongue because certain sections taste different flavors first. Like the very tip of your tongue will taste sweetness first, when the sides will taste like acid and bitterness or sour, and the very back of your tongue will taste the bitterness. This one kind of sounds disgusting, but it's supposed to help with the flavor and everything. What you do is you basically slurp in air to go over the wine on your tongue, and it's supposed to help release the smell for one, which like 80 or 90% of your tasting is actually smelling its scent. So like it'll help you taste it better, and then like it'll help with the taste and stuff. Callie, what are you doing? Quit climbing on the window. Cats. The one wine I really, really want to try is Pinot Noir, I believe it is pronounced. It sounds so wonderful because they describe it as like liquid silk and stuff like that. But apparently it's a more rare, common wine, I guess, because the grapes are very, very particular, and they have a tendency to get disease and die. I believe they are very late in harvesting, so they could die from cold or something first. And they need certain minerals in the ground and all sorts of stuff, so they're not fun to grow and turn into wine. But apparently it tastes just amazing, so I want to try it one day. I hope you enjoy the information you got today. Have a nice day. Bye.